Here's the quote that got me thinking. Do you put your phone to sleep, or does your phone put you to sleep? Do you wake your phone up, or does your phone wake you up? So let me be very clear up front. I'm someone who enjoys trying new things and being more disciplined than, I'll just say, other people. Maybe you're not a very disciplined person. And let's just say it starts with those really tiny choices. And so I think you should start by putting your phone to bed. Show who's the boss. And so this video, that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about. So if you don't think that's interesting, if you don't like it, then you might want to go ahead and stop watching. This is a great time to scroll through that video that's in the suggested videos and click it instead. But if that sounds a little bit interesting and you're a little bit curious, let me tell you why you should put your phone to bed instead of it putting you to bed. Because for a good period of my life, growing up, my parents made sure our phones were at a central hub at night. So it might be in the kitchen, or it might be in the den, whatever house we were in, it just made sense. It was in a central hub. It was the charging hub, and we weren't allowed to have our phones in our room. So this is kind of where that started from. I just didn't grow up having it in my room, and I think that's a super wise thing. If you're a parent, then please, for the love of God, don't let your kids have their phone in their room. It just makes zero sense. So when I made it to college, then now I'm living in a dorm, and the phone is right there by my bed. So there were a few nights where I would scroll, but I just want to be very clear. I never have been someone who just scrolled nonstop right before bed. For me, I have been on electronics a lot, and so being on a computer right before trying to go to bed, I just learned it just didn't make sense. I can't go straight from a computer to sleeping really well. And so I just want to be clear that for some people it may not be as easy. It might be a little bit harder to break a habit. But for me, at some point, I took it to the next level and started, once I moved out on my own, put my phone in a place downstairs. That's where it charges. And before I would go upstairs for the evening to read or to work on my hobbies or to write or to whatever, just whenever I get home, I will put my phone there. Sometimes I have to come upstairs. It has to be in my room because need a two-factor authentication. That is the biggest reason, and it sounds really boring, but whenever I need to check something financial and I need two-factor authentication, that's when I have my phone out. But as much as I can, I'll leave it down there, and then sometimes it'll be at night and my phone is sitting there right on my desktop, and I know I should go put it downstairs, and so I put it downstairs. And it just takes a little bit of simple discipline, because here's the thing. When you have just a little bit of discipline, it saves you from having to have a lot of discipline. And I know so many people who say, man, it takes so much discipline to stop scrolling reels or to only scroll for 5 minutes. They're like, my rule is I only scroll TikTok for 10 minutes. As soon as 10 minutes hits, I turn it off. But sometimes I go a little bit longer, or sometimes I just go a little bit further, and you know how it feels. If you have ever had your phone in your bed at night and you're scrolling, whatever it is, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram Reels, Facebook, whatever their real thing is called, Sora AI, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're scrolling and looking at, it is designed to keep you awake. It is designed to engage your brain so you don't go to bed. And so if you hate having that feeling of, man, I need to check that one thing, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, or I need to do this, the solution is very simple. And I've already said it. You just put your phone somewhere else, because I want to make you squirm just a little bit, because if you're watched this far, then you're at least somewhat interested. And the point is, if you are letting your phone put you to bed, your phone is in complete control of you. Humans for 6,000 plus years have chosen when they go to sleep. And you now are putting that in the hands of some device that has only existed for about 15-ish years of human history. And you're allowing that device to control you. I want to say it with as much grace as possible, but for the love of God, put your phone outside of your room. There is nothing important that you should be doing once you go to bed. The point of sleeping is to go to sleep. Humans for 6,000 years have been able to go to sleep and trust that the world's going to be okay. Because deep down, what's happening is you think you're too important to put your phone down. You think that the 3% of notifications that are very important, let's be honest, there's 3% that are really important, you need to respond right away, and that's the reason you have a phone and it's a lifesaver. But you're letting those 3% rule your entire life, and now you're letting the other 97% act like they are urgent. And so if you think that you need to have your phone right beside your bed in order to get something important, let me just tell you, you're not that important. Now there's a few jobs where you need to, but if it's for a job, that's different. But if you think that you need to respond to your friend as soon as they text you at midnight, let me just tell you, you're not that important. The world will do just fine without hearing from you every 10 seconds. And I'll just say, it's great. When I get up in the morning, then it makes a whole lot of other decisions so much easier. It makes spending time with God, or a quiet time, forming time, whatever you want to call it, it makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to get out of bed because I don't reach for the phone, pick it up, and then now I'm stuck in bed. Now I have to get out of bed in order to do anything. There is nothing that is keeping me in the bed. It makes that decision so much easier. And so I could give a whole list of decisions that make it easier. And I could talk about this for a while because there's so many people who know it's right. Like, you know in your head that you shouldn't go to bed if your phone staring at your screen. It's not what you're doing on your phone, it's what your phone's doing to you. And as you're staring at your phone and then you wake up in the morning, you know you shouldn't check your phone first thing. It's just not a great way to start the day. And the thing is, you're letting this little device absolutely control your life. And you know what? When you're not in control of your life, that means you're not free. And Americans and Western individualism, we like to say, oh, we're free. We are making all the decisions we want to make. The point is, you're not making that decision. Your phone is making it for you. And you are just not very wise if you're letting your phone make your decision. And there's maybe 3% of you watching this who have a valid reason to have your phone beside your bed. But here's the thing. Maybe it is valid for that season of life. This is something I learned this past summer. I was in a role for my job for 2 months straight where I had to be at every beck and call. There were some incredible situations that came up and I absolutely had to be at my phone. And for that season of life, the phone was right beside my bed. And whenever I needed to, I would check it. But also, I didn't keep it right beside my bed. I kept it about 10 feet away, so it's not the first thing I reach for. In order to get up in the morning, I have to get up and turn off the alarm. I can't just reach over and tap it. That's just dumb. Like, you don't have willpower in the morning when you're tired and you're sleepy, so why would you make it easy for yourself to tap the snooze button? You have to at least get out of bed. But for that season of life, for 2 months, it was in my room and I had to have it in whatever room I was in at a hotel or guest house, wherever I was at. And it made sense, but here was the hard part. And this is the part that's really, really important. Whenever you're out of that season of life, then you should put your phone back downstairs. And so when I came back from the summer after traveling for 2 months and realized that I'm not in that role anymore, well then remove that habit from your life. Put the phone back downstairs where it belongs, tie it to its leash, put it to bed, make sure that phone is not controlling you. As you can tell, I could talk about this forever, but I'm kind of starting to repeat some of the same things. And so I just want to leave one last thing with you. If you are letting your phone control you, your phone is controlling you. And you can't say that you have power over your phone if it has power over you. You can lie to yourself, but here's the thing. Your phone, if you are letting it put you to bed and letting it wake you up in the morning, your phone is controlling you. There's so many solutions. There's a bunch of great people that you can research stuff about it, but basically just get an old-fashioned alarm clock. It's great. Keep your phone downstairs at night. And if you're in the season of life where you absolutely have to have your phone beside your bed, then don't put it beside your bed. Put it about 10 feet from your bed. And you're gonna find that you have a whole lot more willpower. People look at me and say that I'm super disciplined or they're inspired by my discipline. And the thing is, I realize that I am one of the least disciplined people on the planet. I fall to the praise of human nature so easily. When I'm on social media, man, it is hard to get off, and I just don't have the willpower. And so I make one decision in order to make all the other decisions. So I don't have to make a bunch of tiny little willpower decisions because I know I can't make those. I just make one decision that I can physically control. I pick up my phone and I put it downstairs and it stays there. I put it to bed. I kiss it goodnight. I'm joking, I don't do that. But you put your phone to bed and you are in charge of your phone, and your phone is not controlling you. And so if you watch this far, I think you kind of want to try it. I can sense that in you. You want to try it. You want to try it. And so try it. And don't just try it for a week. Literally just say, I'm going to do it for the rest of my life or whatever, till that season of life comes up where I can't for that season. But just do it. Like, it's not that hard. And there's a lie saying that you're too important for that. But let me just tell you, I don't think you're that important. You're important, you're made in God's image, you're important, but you don't have to respond to everybody right away. People for thousands of years have gotten along just fine. So if you need somebody to tell you that, there you go. You're not that important. And your phone, if you can't do that, If you find a reason not to do that, your phone is controlling you and you are not in charge of your life.